The subscription era of gaming has really been a strange time because on one hand, with how much money is being poured into the AAA sector of the industry for no good reason and how much money they're charging you for no good reason on individual things, digital subscription services like those stuff that Netflix and Hulu innovated, stuff like that was inevitable for the gaming industry. But at the same time, the subscription meta has gotten completely out of hand, also like the Netflix and Hulu side of things. I can understand wanting to whip out a big subscription for something like Game Pass or maybe EA Access or whatever that one's called, but individual game subscriptions are pretty hard to justify. Subscriptions for a 10-plus-year-old game are even harder to justify. A subscription for a 10-plus-year-old game that has a sequel is even harder to justify. And a subscription for a 10-plus-year-old game that has a sequel that's been completely abandoned by the developers for no good reason, now pushing said subscription, is probably the hardest thing on the planet to justify. So I want you to imagine the hardest thing on the planet. Just picture the hardest thing you can possibly think of. Okay, let's talk about Payday 2. So the other day, I was made aware of this in my Discord, discord.gg/doofus. Come hang out with us. And I've had a weird on-off relationship with Payday 2. I've never been a giant fan of Payday 2, but I was certainly into Payday 2 for a while, especially over 2020 when people were just desperate for human communication. I played a decent amount of Payday 2 during that era with my buddies. It's a game that I've never been super into, but I can totally see why everyone else is into it. I can totally see why people get absolutely obsessed with it. And I mean, I'm recording this video on Friday morning. It's 7:53 a.m. And as I'm recording this video, there's over 30,000 people playing on Steam, compared to the 6,000 on Payday 3, which, we'll be coming back to that. But it's a game that even though it's not totally for me, I can totally see why people get so obsessed with it. It is a very well-made game, and it's a very unique game. In the world of co-op shooters, Payday 2 is really unique in the way that it's designed and what it gives to the player and the concepts and everything. I can totally understand why people get so obsessed with it. And I can also totally understand why people were so disappointed by Payday 3, because not only was Payday 3 a design-wise step back, it also barely functioned for weeks after launch because of completely avoidable things. A little recap here. So the Payday 2 devs put out Payday 2. They support Payday 2 like crazy, people love it. Then the Payday 2 devs put out The Walking Dead. It's a horribly designed buggy disaster, and they take it offline and go back to working on Payday 2. Then they release Payday 3, and it's a broken, underwhelming disaster. And now they've gone back to Payday 2. And listen, there's nothing wrong with supporting the game that you've already worked on. There's nothing wrong with continuing to support a game that has a community. But there's a big difference between taking your ball and going home with a different game like The Walking Dead and taking your ball and going home with Payday 2. And that's exactly what's going on right now. Oh man, continuing to support bad AAA games is such a bad habit. And on the topic of bad habits, my goodness, I have an ad read here for things that you should do about bad habits. You can skip ahead 90 seconds if you don't want to hear it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Hey, do you have a bad habit that you may or may not be trying to quit, and that habit may or may not involve putting smoke in your mouth? Then this ad's for you, you dingus. This video is brought to you by Fume, a flavored air device that is designed to help people move away from certain bad habits. I've been close to many people who struggle with these kinds of things throughout my life, and Fume is a very good alternative that can help you break some bad habits. There's no vapor, there's no nicotine, it's just flavor. Fume is a flavored air device, which if you aren't familiar with flavored air as a device like this, and it's more of compared to an herbal tea versus a soda. It's not as sweet, but it's a lot more natural, and Fume works by replacing your hand-to-mouth fixation. It can calm down nervous tension through fidgeting, and it can distract you from a bad habit with a little bit of flavor. Over 500,000 people have already added Fume to their daily routine. It's simple, it's satisfying, it doesn't come with any of the downsides, and right now, if you order the Journey Pack using my code Joe from Seattle, you'll get a free little Fume topper. So if you've been thinking about changing your habits, this is a good first step, genuinely. So go to tryfume.com/Joe from Seattle. Fume is spelled F-U-M, by the way, or scan the QR code on screen, grab yours, get started, break some bad habits, and big thanks to Fume for sponsoring this video and try to help people live a bit of a healthier lifestyle. So like I said, I was made aware of this in my Discord. Someone posted a screenshot of something called Payday 2 subscription. And I thought this was a joke at first. I thought this was a meme. So I went to the Steam page myself and was immediately greeted with a glaring red flag of mixed recent reviews. That's never a good sign. And I confirmed for myself that yes, there is indeed a Payday 2 subscription now. As of September 22, they shat this thing out. And I do love that when you go to Payday 2's, like the base game's Steam page, it has the developer as Overkill and the publisher as Starbreeze. But when you go to the subscription page, it's just Starbreeze. AAA gaming, baby. Why would we let the creatives make any decisions? So just to be clear, there is a Payday 3. The developers have said that they're working on fixing Payday 3 and making Payday 3 more appealing to the people who dealt with all of Payday 2's bugaboos for so many years, with the justification being, don't worry about the bugaboos, eventually there will be Payday 3. And then we got Payday 3, it was broken, and now they're going back to milking Payday 2 instead of fixing Payday 3. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Also, can I show you something that I just love? Mosey on over to the user tags on the Payday 2 subscription, and you'll get a wonderful idea of what people think about this. Well, actually, let's look at the user tags for the base game. These are the user tags for Payday 2. Co-op, action, FPS, heist, multiplayer, crime, solid descriptions here. Then you go to the Payday 2 subscription to go look at the user tags, and you've got capitalism, psychological horror, hentai, LGBTQ+. Let's go ahead and click on that see more button. Sexual content, horror, dating sim, not safe for work. Steam tags, you've done it again. I love this platform so fucking much. This is probably the most insulting thing I've seen out of gaming in a while. And while I do this next little rant, I just want to show you this little screen recording that I did, this nifty little screen recording of all the fucking goddamn DLC available for Payday 2. And in case those prices look high, you're not wrong, because according to the Payday 2 Steam community, they actually increased the DLC prices around the time that they introduced this subscription. They've apparently gone back on at least some of them, but it's very clear what's going on right now. What's going on is Starbreeze doesn't actually want to put money into fixing Payday 3 because fixing Payday 3 costs money. But you know what doesn't cost money? Making a little Photoshop graphic for a subscription photoshopping a little graphic for a subscription service and slapping that onto Payday 2 because all of your community has ditched Payday 3 to go back to Payday 2, even though, like I said, the prolonged support of Payday 2 was largely done for the sake of Payday 3. They kept saying, hey, look, updates are slow on Payday 2. I know we're charging money for Payday 2. Well, we're working on Payday 3. We're working really hard on Payday 3. Bug fixes not coming for Payday 2. New DLC not coming for Payday 2. It's all because we're working so hard on Payday 3. Payday 3 comes out and you immediately abandon it and go back to milking Payday 2. This is fucking insulting, and I don't even play this game. And just to show you how fucking insulting this is, we're gonna do something we haven't done in a while. We're gonna read the Payday 2 Steam reviews, because my goodness is this game getting bent over and spanked, and rightfully so. The most helpful review of the last 30 days says, quote, adding a subscription to try and milk a 12-year-old game and upping the price of the DLC bundle because you refuse to put any money or effort into the sequel is downright shameful. The illusion that this is saving you from purchasing $250 worth of DLC is a lie. It's been over a decade since most of this content was added, and it's quite thematically daylight robbery that it still costs this much. According to SteamDB, the price for the Infamy Collection has gone up by roughly 1.5 times as of September, previously 175 Australian, now 254 Australian, assuming no prior DLCs purchased. Will never be purchasing any product marred with the Starbreeze logo on it again. You have burned every last shred of goodwill with your community. And isn't that really what it's all about? You know, just going back and supporting your last game out of love of your community, out of love of the game, and not just because of this being the only reason why you're doing this, because this number is way too small to make some money. This number is high enough to make some money. Doesn't matter that this game came later, and this game was promised to be an upgrade, to be an update, to be the game that everyone should be playing. No, it costs money to support that game. But it doesn't cost money to just milk the stuff you already made on the game people like. It costs money to take Payday 3 and turn it into a game people like. It doesn't cost money to milk the game you already made fucking 13 years ago or whatever. Let's keep going. Quote, adding a subscription to a 12-year-old game? You've got to be kidding me. If anyone thinks it's a deal by getting this over the hundreds of dollars of DLC, remember that they're the ones that impose this amount of DLC on you in the first place. None of this is new content. It's just them attempting to milk the game people actually like that they made, rather than fix their newest entry. They put this on sale as well at the same time. Hilarious. Don't fall for this crap. Which also, speaking of crap, I just finished Severance Season 2. That ending, no spoilies, but the ending, it's crap. I hated the ending. I don't know if that's a hot take. I'm completely outside of the discourse of that show. I finally got around to watching Season 2. I finished it with my wife yesterday. And, yeah, we both fucking hated the ending. Not recommended. They seriously thought upping the price of decade-old DLC and then charging a subscription for it was a good idea. Starbreeze is speedrunning their attempt to lose players. If they really don't want us playing Payday 2, they should fix 3. That's the ultimate irony of this. Like, if you fixed 3, you could not only be making bank off of DLC, you could also be making bank off of people buying the fucking game. People on Payday 2 have already bought it. People are buying Payday 2 for like $5. It's old. If you don't want people on the old game, you don't gotta do this underhanded, overpricey shit. You don't gotta do this milky shit. You can just fix 3 and make way more money. But that also costs money to do, and you've already sunk way too much money into the development, and nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. Everyone was just sitting around the office spinning on their swirly chairs all day because the game came out completely broken, and now you're like, well, can't spend any more money on that. It's like, why? Why not? Why can't you spend any money on that? It's kind of your responsibility to spend money on that because you sold it already. This one says, guys, who would have thought hiring someone ex-EA as the CEO would result in old games becoming massive cash grabs and have zero development with their new game? Who could have expected that? Adding a subscription service to a game from 2013 that you no longer make updates for is truly a wild new take on corporate brain rot. Starbreeze, just make a bundle out of the game and all the DLC for $30 and go back to jerking off. I choose to believe that word is jerking. He's just jorking. Go back to jorking off. Jarvis, jork it a little bit. And I want to go back to this Steam chart here. I want to just spend a minute on this Steam chart. You have over 30,000 people playing on a Friday morning. Your 30-day average is almost 25,000 concurrent players on one platform. Meanwhile, Payday 3 is sitting with 6,000 people. 6,000 people, and the game's on sale. That's what kills me. At the time that I'm making this video, there's a big Payday sale going on. Payday 3 is currently $10. And like, you go to the Payday 3 Steam reviews, and it's not much better. The most helpful review of the last 30 days, this is what's at the very top of Payday 3 Steam reviews page. While it's on sale, while all this controversy is going on with Payday 2, the top review on Payday 3 is this. From less than 3 weeks ago, quote, came back to this game 2 years later and the game keeps crashing as soon as I fire my gun. We'll try again in 2027. How about this review from this morning? Game is fun for a short while until you realize that Starbreeze has run this franchise into the ground with their constant attempts at robbing, the user of their money. Game released 2 years ago and is still missing a number of basic features that should have been included at launch. 2 years later and nothing has changed except the fact that you now have more ways to give Starbreeze money via DLC. I genuinely have more fun playing One-Armed Robber than this game. Please don't purchase this game until Overkill and Starbreeze start better supporting this clearly rushed product. How about the second most helpful review on the Payday 3 Steam page? This one is from exactly 8 days ago. Quote, there's no coming back from this. You rushed a product out and now you're paying the price by not even being able to break more than 800 concurrent players ever since this came out 2 years ago. Oh, don't worry, they're breaking it now. It's 1,000. It's 1,000 now, while it's on sale. Good work. While Payday 2 still has an average of 25k, tells you a lot about the quality of this game, and no, it's not only because it doesn't have as much content as the second game, it's also because the current content isn't good to begin with, and you have the audacity to charge for content. You guys want $8 for a single map. I click on the in-game store to buy cosmetic with my in-game money, and all I see is stuff that I can't buy because it's locked behind a DLC. How about instead of trying to milk your last 200 players, you try to fix your fucking game? Your launch was terrible, and it's still bad in 2025. I can't believe this. I just can't believe this. As someone who doesn't even play this game, I'm insulted on behalf of the community that does. And I'm insulted on behalf of the people who were completely scammed by Payday 3. I made a video about it in the moment back when Payday 3 came out that I was excited for the game and then the launch was terrible, so I just never played it. And I mean, I'm certainly not playing it now. Even if you fix it, I'm not playing it now because of this. Why would I support anything you do? This is something that publishers don't understand. A lot of AAA companies just don't understand. If you're so desperate for support, you're so eager for money that you feel like you have to do stuff like this, all you're doing is ensuring that nobody gives you money in the future. You have to understand that. If you're hurting for money and hurting for support, you have one of two options. One, you can suck it up, put money into fixing things, put money into a product that is worth buying, and then make the money back plus more, and you have a community. Or option two is you just slap what community you have left in the face and ensure that nobody gives you money ever again, no matter what you do. And I'm not going to feel sorry for you if you're choosing option two. You can eat my ass, the whole thing, if you're choosing option two. God, fuck Starbreeze, fuck Payday. Doofus Club time. Max Hero V2 Gaming, Official Dregs, Thy Puppeteer, Elite, Nate, Showbiz, NCNA, Hammer Smash Their Heads, Kill Them All, Fuck Ubisoft, Maxwell, the Chillest of All Zards, Vector, Vendetta Atrium, Kevdog 1992, Mechanical Resonance, Sick Nick, at Omega Mad Fox 94, XJ Induction, Pipple Up in a Bowler Hat, Biscuit 101, Seller Out, Bear Brain, Sick Rider, Broken Crayon, Purple off the racking, no motorcycle yet, just got my first cars, Devastator 2000, Jake Spider, Monkey 1994, Schmo from Schmattles, Schmitz, Chris Void, Vast, Dennis, Rip Charlie, Game with Dead People, Muskie, Big Fudge, Punch, Rock, Groin, Dude, shut the fuck up, kill your the fucking little kid wings. Klepto Penguin to Judge 06, Molting the Beesoms, Really Zerd, Oracle, Turn the King, Where's Upside Down, Blast 1314, Jimmy Chops, Help! I'm stuck in the dryer, Step Joe, Master Killer, Firestorm 2056, Demetrius Papagiorno, Tom Snorlax and Dan Porter Bridges, Unknown 186718, letter H. I call my GF bracelet because of what she likes in bed, Edbion 504, Grimsy, Ed Shadowbear 1789, Kushku, Unicorn Rocker, Benefondue, oh no, it's Klutzy Frittata of the Rage from Seattle, name with absolutely no class whatsoever. I'm just like, just fucking be better than this, for real. Every day that you don't change it is another day I'm gonna make fun of you for having absolutely no fucking class. T-Train, Risinger, Anon Voila, High, Partial Mean 8, Volksato, Codman 4372WX, The Gamer 127YT, Alderatho 1, Doug, Nixie Smile, Snake Eyes 227, Gamer Word 72, MK2396E, Hentai X, Machina Gamma, Fire Hazard 105, Tech Gaming, Jungle Zone, Some Jim, Lord Bazzer II, Joe laughs at us, In the Moat, Gay Local Adult with Autism, PC Gamer, Jessica, fuck my ass, Jessica Shepard, Dreaky Spiral, Ricky Tiki Tabby, Autonomic Dog, fuck, 49, Crew the Steel Angel, fuck Pokemon Pokopia, what's Pokemon Pokopia? I don't even know what that is, all my homies playing Pal Farm. Oh, is that the, I don't know what any of that is. Sergeant Jason Bond, Baron Von Vader, Harmsire 671, True Texan 940. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what any of those words were. Pokemon Pokopia, I don't know what that is. Pal Farm, is that the new Pal World Animal Crossing thing? I don't know. I don't care. True Texan 940, Yeller! Yup, Creed Warrior 23, Max Chev, Simulate the Chat, Totally Insane, Black Cobra the Animal Lair, Night of Cypher, ML04. I own 6 copies of Click 2006 on Blu-ray, Wolf of Midnight, Pig Venus, Steve Wood Studios, Film Kraken, Ohm Gaming, Tariq Brown, Thordscade, Maganek, Severn, Evers, Mr. Bonnie 03, Zakalian Finger Mixer, Pow Pow, Donnie Weston, Nick, Gob Gonson, Rogue Winter 919, Zach Thane, Kenny and Fanny, Hangman for Hire, Ellen Wolf, Frost Crystal, Biogenesis, Father Pingus 97, Mega Keys, Scruffus Go, Ghost Ho, Ryasagi Vasco, Raptor Tim, Honest Up 94, Blue Hook, the Winnie Wanka, Mr. Techno Squeak, Jody Petus, Smitty Worky Band, Jensen, Mick Advertisement, holy shit, Diego Garcia, Kibikins, I American Idiot, Harmon Seth, the Gen, Ono, it's Justin, Root 21, Extremely Wolf 7, Smelly Wrestling Geek, Retro Wannabe Hobo, Jidge, West Bill, Dude Char, Rob C, Veg, Groove Nana, Curtin Allen's Pack, Saul Hartland, a kilogram of feathers, or a kilogram of steel. I forgot that video existed. Oh my god, that video made me fucking piss myself in like 8th grade when I first saw it. I think that's how old I was. Wait, no. How old was I when I saw that? I forget how old that video was. In my brain, I was in like 8th grade. But I also don't know when that video came out. It could have been older than that. I don't know. I feel old. I feel old all the time. My students ask me, like, hey, like, oh, how old are you? Are you like 40? I'm like, no. Oh, you're like 30. And I'm like, no. And like, how old are you? I'm not going to tell you because it's like, that's fucking, like, why do you need to know? For like, you don't need to know how old I am. But also, you think I'm fucking 40? You think I'm 40? Look at me, like, look at me. You think this guy's 40? Oh my, drives me nuts. And then I give them all 50 Fs. Okay, toodles.